is representing us in our 30s, right?
I love it.
My
Exactly.
30s, I can't even vaguely remember. But what would you like to know first off?
Well, I'm in my 30s, and I had fun in my 20s, but I now have credit card debt, car payments, I'm married, my husband and I both have student loans, so at this point in my life, how do I manage those finances?
You're feeling a little underwater, right?
So what we know is you go...
Very common, right?
Yeah, extremely common. You go from your 20s feeling like you don't have a lot of room to budget, but really optimistic, to your 30s feeling the crunch. So I want to give you two tips. One's going to be about credit, and one's going to be about some marriage tips, which we can all use some marriage tips when it comes to money. So the first thing I want to do with your credit card, so I literally want you to put your credit card on ice. And I mean it quite literally.
We've done this we've talked about this many times.
It's a credit card popsicle.
She really wants you to freeze your credit cards.
So
like put them in
on
the freezer.
ice. So there's no shame in credit card debt. The average family is $9,000, but you have to pay it off. And so the tip for that credit card debt is I want you to go on a cash diet, freeze your credit cards. When you physically have to part with cash, you are more emotional, you spend less. And so I want you to get back in touch with your credit card. And the other thing I want you to do is not just pay the monthly minimum at the beginning, but I want you to make a second payment in the middle of the month when you get that next paycheck. And here's why. Credit card debt, it compounds every single day. Not monthly, not annually, daily, Rachel.
And most people are just keeping up with the minimum, which means they are never touching the principal.
It is so brutal. So you're going to make two payments there. And for your student debt, simple tip. You're going to set up, go paperless, you're going to set up automatic deposits to pay it down. They will give you a break on your interest for simply going paperless. It is so easy. So that is an extra way to shave off some of the interest there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And, you know, if they're both doing this, if they're,
it adds up.
And if the two of you are practicing this, think how quickly you're going to clean up and get back above board,
and
right?
it's going to add up. Totally. And so then the next thing is marriage tips, which when it comes to money, listen, we get it. You know, I'm married, totally understand. But what we want to do is get you guys really on the same page. So I have two tips for you. The first is I want you to have every single year, I call it a money summit, where you sit down and say, just what are we trying to accomplish? What do we want our life to look like? And I always joke, no alcohol involved because we want to keep it clean. The next thing you're going to do is thinking about how do we combine our finances? So there's three ways you can go: totally combined, totally separate, or this central way, and you can see this Venn diagram, you can do what I call the mixed finances. So you have the percentage.
Oh, that's cool.
And so for both you and your spouse, 45% goes into a joint account that pays for all of your shared expenses. That's anything that you guys do together. Then in this case, 55% can go to each of your own accounts, and that's where you can make your decisions on, are you going to yoga, are you going shopping, going out with the girls, so that you fight less. And the whole point here is to still accomplish your financial goals, but with less friction.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Then they both have their own pile of this is what I'm doing with my interests and my free time, but there's everything we share right down the middle. We're putting almost halvesies. I love that. That's great.
Thank you.
Really good. She's good, right?